Hello, bird. Now I want to talk about harvesting your own creativity. This is always the thing when artists are like, oh, I need to find my voice, and how do I develop a style, and how do I do this? This is the thing that people have a lot of trouble getting a handle on because it's not... They say you can't teach it. Like, I can't teach you your own style. But that's not exactly true. I can teach you how to teach yourself if you are good at keeping records of any stray ideas you have, whether they're good or bad. The thing that allows you is to go back through at some point and look for themes.
It's productive.
There is a workshop that I've run a few times, and it horrifies most artists that I talk to, illustrators, visual artists, because I will have them bring a sketchbook in, a full sketchbook that they have that's just been sitting on their shelves, and the first step is to tear the thing apart. We literally just spend a few minutes ripping out all the pages, breaking the seams, making it loose leaf. And then you go through page by page and you put everything into 4 piles. You have the ideas that are pure garbage that are just like, yep, I doodled the thing, not great. So that goes here. There's the pile of, there's something interesting on this page that I like, but I could not tell you what I could do with it yet. This is the good ideas that I've enjoyed working on, and I wish I could do something more, but I'm stuck. And then here's something that is almost a finished piece on its own. I just don't know where to move it to.
Okay, so fundamentally this one is about taking those rapid failures and going back through them and finding what's good in them, right? It's a productive form of self-criticism.
Yes. And once you have things piled up that way, you'll usually also notice oh, this is the 4th bee I drew. This is the 5th lighthouse I have. And you kind of group those together and look for other things on the pages that might be common denominators. And then you can kind of use that to put a composition together later. I know with writers, there's a lot of bits of dialogue you'll capture, or little ideas of scenes or moments. And they'll make note of those, not exactly know where in the story that it's going to go yet, but knowing that they liked the interesting feel of it. Clearly, I have some fixation on this scene, I should pull these parts out and see what I can cobble together from them. That is going to be your best tool. If you're keeping no records, you're never going to notice these patterns, but usually being able to isolate those repeating memes in your head, which in this case memes is just the ideas that float around, not so much the digital version that we talk about. It'll trick you into finding out what your creative voice is. Because that's always something that people struggle with finding because they think they're supposed to do it on purpose. But your brain's doing it all the time. You just got to figure out how to capture it and review it later when you can appreciate it. Because when it's happening in the moment, you never really see it as separate from you. And this kind of goes back into that treating your inner artner as a separate entity.
You need to learn how to be your own partner in art to be able to fail. And you need to be able to fail to find your voice. And you need, to find your voice, you need to look through these failures with kind of kinder eyes, right? This all works together.
Yeah. It's one of those common sayings that good artists borrow, great artists steal. But I've always run around with the thought that masters are the ones who learn to steal from themselves. Because it goes back to that, taste outrunning your skill. Often because we don't think our skill is valuable because our taste is higher, we don't think to steal from ourselves. We don't see the milliseconds of genius that are hiding in things that we've failed at. And this also goes back into why you want to fail quickly and often.
Right.
Because the more you do that, the more you have those segments of things that did work really well inside of something that didn't. And that is huge for figuring out how to get to that one masterpiece.
It's a big part of the failing forward, failing fast, is softening the edges of your internal voice. And allowing yourself to fail. This is where some of that self-criticism can be harnessed positively. Not viewing failure as a hurdle. Take it, run with it.
We talked about before how your inner critic is sort of like an echo of having heard other people criticize things. And this process of trying to re-engage your incomplete work or rapid failures that you've gotten from one end to the other and finished, knowing that it wasn't good and knowing that you just needed to complete the process to develop the skills for the next one. This also starts teaching your mind to change the conversation you're having with your work. If you are actively looking for the tiny things that went well in pieces that you consider failures.
Well, yeah, this is about, like if we're talking about reframing, we're reframing. This is the next step, right? Where first you have to get yourself to a point where you can fail. Then you have to get to a point where you can fail regularly. Now you finally get to take those failures and do something with them.
Yeah. There's a productivity that kicks in where, like, the failures no longer feel like failures. Now they're all lessons. And that changes your relationship with all of it. Once that pressure's off and now all of this is valuable information aside from just the physical skill of practicing, it completely starts to rewire your brain and how you interact with your inner partner, how you view your work, how you view other people's work. It's insane, the perspective shift that starts to kick in. And that inner critical voice also tends to get rewritten because now you're no longer expecting other people's responses. You're anticipating the value you're getting out of it now. Thank you for watching or listening. If you've enjoyed this or found it helpful, please subscribe. We have more episodes coming every other week, hopefully. Head over to shadedareas.com to find out more about Create Art Repeat. We have interview podcast episodes where we talk to creatives about the nonlinear paths that brought them to where they're happy. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to address, then feel free to kick them over. We have a new painting kit design called the Watercolor Caddy, which is for sale now. And if you end up looking to pick it up, use promo code CAR for 30% off. Listen to us next time. And for now, stay thoughtful, stay playful, and keep creating.